Hello everyone! HuskeyNinja here with another Weiss Schwarz 101 video for you guys. Today we're going to have a look at Climax cards, including some examples of some of the sort of triggers you'll find, and some abilities, as well as what is a Climax combo. So without further ado, let's start! So I'll just move myself out the way so you guys can all see. But we will start off with one example of a Climax card, with this one from the Ruby base set. Now, this is not the normal artwork for Falling Into a Trap. It is the alternative artwork, as some Climax cards have more than one artwork for them. It's the same card, just different artwork. You can also get overframe rare Climax cards as well. But in the whole, Climax cards are laid out in this way. Where in the bottom right, you have what the Climax card is called. Top right, you have what set it's from. Top left, you have your trigger icon. And your bottom left, you have what that card does. Case in point with this Yang card, it is a card which is from the Ruby base set, like I said. And it is one of the more common cards you find in yellow. As every color in Weiss Schwarz, you will find that they are different colors. I do apologize if you hear shuffling in the background. I am currently getting it out of my actual Ruby deck itself. And also to remind myself some of the other trigger icons, because I decided to do this without writing notes. But Falling Into a Trap, it is what we call a 1/1, meaning whenever you hear a player say 1/1, it means it's a Climax card that gives all your characters 1,000 power and a soul, on top of whatever their base power is, and whatever their base soul damage they do is. But then underneath, you'll find in brackets what the trigger does, or what that Climax card does on its own. This particular trigger ability, with the two arrows, has the trigger ability of, when this card triggers, you may choose a character with a soul icon in its trigger icon. So that little symbol you see in the text that doesn't match the one that's on the card, if you find a card with that in the trigger's corner, that's the sort of card you need to look out for. But if you find one with a soul symbol in its trigger icon in your main room, you can return it to your hand, or you can put it into your stock. So we call this trigger ability Choice, because it gives you a choice of, does it go in my hand, or do I choose to put it into my stock, or vice versa. It is one of the more common ones you find in yellow. There are other triggers in the yellow category, but this is the main one you will find, and that I personally play a lot of. Next, we have one of the blue triggers. This one in particular is the blue sky, well, the blue sea mirrors the sky, and it is from the Love Life Sunshine set in Weiss Schwarz. And it is a arch trigger, or as a lot of us players say, pants, because it looks like a pair of trousers. Now, what is unique about this one, some others is you'll get both the trigger icon and one of the soul symbol. So you guys can see the sword trigger the previous one I showed you guys was mentioning. Now this card is another 1/1, where it's 1,000 power and a soul to all your characters. But its ability is, when this card triggers, you may choose a Climax card in your rain room and return it to hand. So if you have a Climax card sent to your rain room, you get this, you play this to get the 1/1. But if it's your trigger card when you do an attack, you get to bring a card that is a Climax card from your rain room back to your hand. There is a counterpart to this card in red, which is Door, where it does the same ability, but instead of for a Climax card, it does it for characters. But it doesn't have two icons on it. You also get what we call Standby, where if you play it or if you trigger it, you do its ability. But you don't get any power boosts from it. But it lets you play characters that are at your level and the level above for free as long as you put it sideways, akin to what you call in Magic the Gathering as Summon Sickness. But there are many different types of Climax cards and abilities in Weiss Schwarz. Some that when you trigger, you cause damage to your opponent. Some where you can bounce a card from your opponent's stage to their rain room or back to their hand or to their clock. And you have ones where it's like, you play it, you get the 1/1, but then you also have ones where it's like +2 soul. You also have ones where it's like, you play this, you get the card this color, and you get put into your stock. So it's very essential that with Climax cards, you read what sort of benefits you get from it and what that card does. There are also some cards which have Climax combos. I will now show you guys an example of what I mean by Climax combo. With the level 1 Leonid Hatsune Miku from the Project Sakai set. As this is one of the trial deck Climax combos. Essentially, a Climax combo is when you have a character or characters, because sometimes you can have two characters run off the same Climax card, or a character run off two Climax cards for its combo, or the choice of different ones to do different abilities. But essentially, it is basically, you play this card right on your center stage, and when you attack, and someone's like, when you attack and its opponent's reversed, and you have a specific Climax card in your Climax area, you get an extra bonus. It's like this Miku card here gets a bonus ability as long as you have the Leonid Climax card. Even the Yang card I showed you guys has a Climax combo in the Yang set with Yang Vital Festival. Which I will just find the cards so you guys can hear what its combo ability is, as I have not scripted this beforehand. So this Miku has a Climax combo with this card. This card has a Climax combo with Yang Vital Festival in the Ruby base set, which if you play the level 3 Yang Vital Festival, it's its second auto ability, where its Climax combo, when fallen into a trap, is placed in your Climax area. This card's in your center stage. Choose one of your other characters, and that character gets a fallen ability till the end of turn. Auto, this ability ability activates up to 1 per turn. The damage dealt by this card is cancelled. You may deal 2 damage to your opponent. Damage may be cancelled. Now, not all Climax card combos are like that. Some, it's like, if you have this Climax card, this card can do this ability. Or if it's got this one on stage, it can do this. But going back to the School Sakai Hatsune or Leonid Hatsune, her one with this Climax card is when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed. If Leonid is in your Climax area, look up to the top 4 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 music character among them, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and put the rest into your main room. Choose one of your characters, and that character gets plus 2,000 power till the end of turn. So basically, it's like you attack with this, Miku. As long as this Climax card's out and you can reverse your opponent, you can give one of your other cards that's rating to attack an extra 2,000. So you can give yourself, with some Climax combos, a little extra boost. Others don't give a power boost, and just like a mechanic it'll do. Or like with the Yang Vital Festival, you can deal 2 extra damage to your opponent. So it's essential you look at what your Climax combo does while you're playing. There are some cards that run off more than one, or like with some, you'll find you'll have 2 cards that use the same Climax card. But every set plays differently, as well as have different Climax combo abilities as well. You even find that even with the Hatsune Colorful Stage, or as I know it from playing it in JP, Project Sakai, where even each of the trial deck Hatsune with their Climax card combos, each one is slightly different to the other. And it focuses around how each trial deck works. With Leonid, it's a lot of power boosting, so its ability is more based on power boost. You also find that with a lot of music sets, where it's more of like a power boost than anything other than that. But you also find somewhere it's like, you gotta get a specific character out if you have the Climax card out. So it's very important you look at what your combos do. Climax cards also work as damage canceling. The way this works is, for example, your opponent attacks you. Well, they attack your character. And for example, they attack you for 4 damage. You can turn over your cards to the top of your deck for the damage counting. But as soon as you hit a Climax card, that damage doesn't go through to your clock. It goes straight to your waiting room. It is a good way to know these sort of things, because Climax cards can give you a boost in your chance of beating your opponent, but they're also a way of being like, okay, I just canceled that damage. I don't have to worry right now of like having 6 in my clock zone right now. I got a little bit extra time. But there are also some times where when you're getting damage dealt to you, you just can't cancel. Or, like I've experienced many times, and seen many times as well, you'll find a lot of Climax canceling happen. So when that happens, you'll find it's almost like when people watch a football match or a soccer game, where it's like so close to going through, but then at the last minute, boom, a Climax card happens, and that damage is cancelled. That is how it helps Weiss Schwarz stand out, and also makes it very interesting. Like, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna attack for this power, this power, this power. You have a Climax card on stage, here's a boost, or here's an ability that's going off. You deal damage to me, or I'm getting damaged by my opponent, flip over cards, Climax card, damage cancelled. But there are some times when what ability known as burn happens. Some will say damage can be cancelled where you turn over Climax card. Others, it is this damage won't say the damage can be cancelled, so it goes through. Climax cards can also be bad in some card abilities, where it's like X amount of Climax cards you've sent to your opponent's waiting room from their deck equals X amount of damage. So you hope and pray there's no Climax cards amongst them. Because once there is, that's a bit of damage on you. So Climax cards help make Weiss Schwarz more interesting than you might first think at first glance. Yes, the name can make some people giggle. But overall, it's like the climactic fight. Hence, Climax. So I think I will end that up there for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe. Check out the rest of the videos here on my channel. Hit the bell notification. Make sure your restriction mode is off, as otherwise YouTube hides videos from you guys. And while you're at it and you're interested in joining a game of Weiss Schwarz over the simulator over webcam, please don't forget to also check out my Discord server. And until next time, bye everyone!